4 years turned to 4 months, and now 4 weeks still remain. Was that all? Now it's over. I didn't give my chance to say. Hey, it's Carnelian.
You're listening to
CFRC on 101.9
FM.
Hi, this is CFRC 101.9 FM live sessions. I'm Liam, and I'm here with Carnelian. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
I'm Angus Carter. I'm the drummer and backing vocals for Carnelian.
Hey, I'm Greyson. I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitar.
I'm Duncan. I'm the lead guitarist, and I guess I do backing vocals too for putting that in there.
I'm Ryan, and I play bass in Carnelian.
All right, sweet. So you guys are a fairly new band. You only started back in September, and your first show was actually at the Clark Hall Battle of the Bands. And you won. So now you guys are the house band at Clark Hall. So just tell us a little bit about what that is like. You're the first band, house band there since COVID.
Yeah, it's really sick. I work there. Duncan and I are engineers, and in engineering, I mean, we love Clark. So to be able to be the house band is really special. It's something it's a really special spot because all of our friends will come out to it. Everyone loves to come to Clark. So yeah, it's always a lot of fun to play there.
Nobody ever complains about going to Clark, so it's definitely not hard to convince our friends to come out and support us when we play there.
Yeah, it's really nice to have so much good support, a lot of good friends, and some returning fans have come out to see us at our few shows that we've done there. But it's really nice to always see familiar faces and to meet new people as we blend with other bands in Kingston.
Yeah, and the energy at Clark is always amazing. It's all of our friends and, coming to support us. And, it's really fun to play there. So really happy that we have the opportunity to be the house band for the year. And, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, sick, guys. So it's definitely a big opportunity for you. But leading up to Clark Hall, you weren't a band before you decided to enter the Battle of the Bands. So leading up to that, did you have big plans and big aspirations with the band? Were you planning on going in and winning it, or was it kind of just a fun afterthought to have?
The formation of the band was put into motion throughout the summer. We hadn't been able to meet at all, but I asked these guys if they'd be interested, and we started talking about the songs we want to do, and I started signing us up for gigs, and the first one was obviously the Battle of the Bands. But since we weren't really able to meet, the first time we got together was 3 days before the Battle of the Bands. That was just the earliest we could. But luckily everyone, we sent each other the songs we want to do, and then we all just practiced our own parts. So that way, in the 3 days of a grind it was before the Battle of the Bands, we were able to just put them together a lot more easily.
Yeah, no, it was really sweet how fast and how quick we got things together. It was the Monday after Frosh Week, and we basically got together. I got the text from Greyson in the summer asking, if we wanted to be in a band, and I've known Greyson for a while, and I've known Ross and Duncan since first year, and it just seemed really, really pretty straightforward to me that this group would have lots of success. And we got together, and we practiced twice a day for 3 days, and by that point, things were sounding really tight, and just going into it, we had a really good mindset of look, we have a shot here. We might win this thing.
Yeah, looking back, we all kind of were buddies, before we started the bands. Getting together, getting that band chemistry was super easy, and it was really fun. We all wanted to work with each other. There was no conflict in that way. So it was really awesome. And those days leading up, there was a lot of band practices, a lot of Domino's pizzas ordered, and it was really fun though, because we all just grinded together. It was awesome.
Yeah, sweet, guys. That's sounds like a lot of fun. And so you mentioned it was pretty fast paced to get prepared for the Clark Hall Battle of the Bands, and even in today's session, you actually basically wrote a new song and performed it, and it went off without a hitch. But is that normally how your writing goes, and how songs go with you? You guys kind of just get together and jam on something until you like it?
When we get together, it definitely the originals can come together a lot more easily, but it definitely helps when we have a starting point. Typically either Duncan or I will come to the band with a demo or just a basic idea. Lyrics are important, and so that way we can form a structure. And then that way we kind of, then once we get together, we can work out, okay, how does Angus sound when he does this over top of it? And we work out individual parts, and then we work out the structure. And then it makes it a lot more easy. It makes it a lot more easier to come together when we kind of come prepared with something.
Yeah, I mean, things definitely get funky between Greyson and I, 'cause we come from like a completely different perspective in songwriting. I usually write from the guitar melody aspect. I'll come up with a few riffs or something and put them together, versus Greyson's very much like vocal melody. So then we kind of clash the two, and I get a couple riffs over top while there's some good melodies underneath. So that's kind of how our songs are going so far.
Yeah, if we wanted to talk about our first one, 17, I mean, it came together really quickly in that first week. Just adding on to what these guys said, like Duncan, Ryan, Greyson, they all had their parts together. So the practices were more of rehearsals when everyone has their parts nailed. I was the one that was lacking, and I came in, and it was that day.
That's not true.
And we quickly layered over a nice groove on top of some really good guitar riffs from Duncan, and some awesome lyricism and rhythm guitar, of course, from Greyson, and it all just came together pretty fast. 17 was one of my favorites, and we got to perform that one at the Battle of the Bands on our first gig, so it was really nice to do a few covers and a few originals.
All right, cool, guys. So this first song you played for us here, just mind introducing that for us?
Yeah, so the first song we played is called 17. It's an original I wrote, guess what, when I was 17. And it's kind of evolved over the years. It started as just an acoustic thing that I would play by myself. But I always had big hopes for it, to make it in a band, make it a rock song. And I had a vision in my head of what I wanted it to sound like. So it made it a lot easier once I got these guys together to come in and kind of try out different things, but still get the sound that I wanted. And it's something that I think we're all really happy with.
Yeah, I mean, it makes life a lot easier too when Greyson already has a demo of the song. So he brought us, for that song, he brought us a demo. It was completely different than what the song ended up being, but it was just like a very slow acoustic demo, and then we took it and sped it up and made it a lot faster and more interesting.
My favorite part of the song is definitely the ending. That was sort of a hook that we put together, like, pretty last minute, actually. We wanted to give it was the last number in our set for that night, and we wanted to give the crowd something to remember. And it's really just 8 repetitions of some huge
really
cymbal
music
crashes,
theory right here.
fills, and then just like everyone strumming and playing together. I just really enjoyed that part of the song, which you'll hear shortly. But it came together really nicely, and I think everyone here is pretty talented.
Yeah, I think the ending of 17 is something we're all that we love. It's our favorite part of any set, I think. It gets the crowd excited. 17 itself is kind of a song about reflecting on things. I mentioned earlier how it's evolved over the years. It was initially like kind of a heartbreak song, but then as I got older, it kind of changed into a reflection of what it was like at 17 and being 17, and how you deal with relationships then. So it's come a long way, and I'm just really happy with how it is now.
Yeah, sweet, guys. So this next song is 17 by Carnelian.
First month came and it went so fast, and only faster after that. But when you said there's no take backs, what do we do if something starts to crack? Do you remember when we danced in the rain? Every our conversation seems so far away. We thought we were older, we thought that we knew it all. We thought we were ready, but managed to prove ourselves wrong. We changed so fast and unexpectedly. Oh, how can you help it when you're so naive? How can you help it? How can you help it? How can you help it when you're 17? I miss just watching the world go by. Sneak out of our bedrooms and find a hill to climb. The sunset drives in the purple skies. They're drifting away like the memory of your eyes. Do you remember when we danced in the rain? Every hard conversation seems so far away. We thought we were older, we thought that we knew it all. We thought we were ready, we managed to prove ourselves wrong. We changed so fast and unexpectedly. Oh, how can you help it when you're so naive? Oh, how can you help it? How can you help it? How can you help it when you're 17? Too many calls with no answer. Too many paths I couldn't follow. That we knew it all. We thought we were ready, we managed to prove ourselves wrong. We changed so fast, so unexpectedly. Oh, how can you help it when you're so naive? Oh, how can you help it? How can you help it? How can you help it when you're 17?
All right, we're back. That was 17 by Carnelian. So, yeah, you guys mentioned a lot about how, like, you sort of bring demos together and jam on them to create the complete songs. And then you said again that the ending, specifically of 17, is your favorite part to play live. Does that sort of improvisation and sort of, like, creation of things come into your live sets? Like, do you ever sort of just riff or jam off the ends of songs and make them sort of these elaborate big endings?
I think I remember when we first did 17, Angus and I met up, just him and I was showing it to him, and I was showing him the structure and how it goes, and he just immediately at the very end, he just did the crashes and he did that ending, and I'm like, wow, that sounds so good. I think during our live sessions, we like to kind of do things as rehearsed, but we love to just try out as many different things as possible when we're practicing. Try out a new riff, try out a new melody, A little variation can go a long way sometimes, and just try different things to make it the best version of the songs as possible.
And I think too, even when we play covers, we tend to change like the endings of the songs and stuff too. I feel like we never end the same way as the studio versions of songs. So I don't know, just kind of makes it our own, makes it more fun.
We were actually trying to find a way to cue the ending. So it was our last one in the set, and we just wanted to, get everyone collectively together, say, okay, this is the end. Here we go. We're all locked in the same spot. And we chose that style of ending just to really hype up the crowd. The creative process, though, on the other hand, has been awesome. And like you said, yeah, we bring demos and stuff to our rehearsals and practice. But on top of that, like, for example, I would hear like Duncan play a riff of a Green Day song, like When I Come Around or something like that. And all of a sudden I'm just on there, jamming along with him. And then one by one, the boys kind of join in, and all of a sudden we're just sidetracked from what we were doing originally, and we're playing a whole new song all of a sudden. So
then it's like, whoa, we can add another song to the set list because we can all play it.
All right, sounds sick. And you guys also were in the Queen's Music Club Battle of the Bands, which ended in a 3-way tie. But a part of that, you guys have been able to play with a lot of other bands, like student bands from Queens. So just maybe talk about what that's like. I mean, you've obviously maybe learned a lot from these people. And it just must have been a lot of fun. So what was that like, playing the Queen's Music Club Battle of the Bands?
That was a lot of fun. I think that was still one of the best shows that we've done. We were really tight. We showed up in banana costumes. That was great. And it was great to see the other bands too. We love to see them and think about how do they take on these covers differently. What's a different style of music that they're playing, and looking at the skillmanship and most importantly how they work together. Because that's what's I think is needed in a band, is how you guys communicate while you're all playing instruments, while you're all doing your own thing. And then also my favorite part is being able to talk with them after the show, congratulate them on a good set, say we love that song, we loved your set, and ask them about like, well, how long have you been playing? Like, ask them. It's just really nice to be with a lot of like-minded people and a lot of people who have the same desire and the same passion.
Yeah, like kind of echoing Greyson's point, it was an honor, share with other student bands, very like-minded. And there were 2 bands actually that made their debut. You had Resdev and then Blunt Force Llama, they were amazing, honestly. Like, as a debut, they were insane. So just to share a stage with everyone was amazing. And I can't wait to see how we break the tie. I don't know how we're going to do it moving forward, but I'm excited to see how it's going to end.
Have you guys heard anything about what they plan on doing for the tiebreaker?
They asked us for ideas on how to break the tiebreaker, but other than that, we shall see.
There was talk about another Battle of the Bands, but we feel like we've done a few of those, and they've been awesome. And like you said, a great exposure to other talent in town. But we are sort of looking forward to playing our own shows and potentially co-headlining shows. I feel like a lot of our stuff thus far has been, competition-based, and Battle of the Bands is really fun. But I think in the new year we're gearing up to co-headline some shows with other people, do more collaborative work, and just rock out with some other really good bands in Kingston.
Yeah, the competition side of performing is definitely a lot of pressure and brings a different sort of energy and vibe to performing live. So just being able to perform on your guys' own, just in your own sort of environment is definitely what you guys want, because you've already built up everything and now you're just going to try and do your own thing.
Yeah, I think we love playing Battle of the Bands and we love playing with other bands, but I think there's when you label it as a battle, there's going to be that competitiveness to it. You're going to be like, naturally you're going to be thinking, okay, are we better than this band? Are they better than us? And I think we're a little, I don't think we want to be thinking like that. We don't want to have that mindset. We want to be more like, play a show, have some openers or open for others, and be like, wow, you guys were great. Like, this is such a good show all together. I don't like to, I think when we're watching bands, I want to be able to enjoy it instead of kind of analyzing like, are they better than us? Is the crowd liking it more? That kind of thing. But Battle of the Bands are always so much fun, and we do like to keep them lighthearted between the bands, and I don't think there's ever any hard feelings.
Yeah, you mentioned that sort of community that music brings together, so that's definitely what you guys love the most about being in a band and being in the Queens community around the music. So this next song we have coming up from you guys, it's your second original.
Yeah, this one's called 28th of May. This is a song that I wrote. It also evolved, same as 17. It was a song I wrote for my grade 12 graduation, actually. This was a song that my music teacher was like, Greyson, I want you to do a little live performance for our graduation video. Can you put something together? And I wrote this song, but then again, I always wanted to have it with a band. And also the lyrics were just so bad for a song about reflecting on high school and everything. So they've kind of changed a bit. A lot of them are still kind of similar, and you might be able to notice that. But my favorite thing about it is having. I think this is a song that always needed to be played as a band and have a rock version instead of acoustic.
This is 28th of May by Carnelian.
Those years ago you called me, I hadn't a clue to say. But looking back now, I saw what you meant to me. Oh, why couldn't I see? The 4 years turned to 4 months, and now 4 weeks still remain. Was that all? Now it's over. I didn't get my chance to say. It's hard to think about how this all feels like yesterday. I want to keep the good and the bad, throw none of it away. 'Cause I can't take it back now, there's nothing left to say. I sometimes wish I could go back to the 28th of May. He's lost in thought tonight. What's your name again? The party's over, we're far from sober now. Why'd you have to go? 4 years turned to 4 months, and now 4 weeks still remain. Was that all? Now it's over. I didn't give my chance to say. It's hard to think about how this all feels like yesterday. I want to keep the good and the bad, throw none of it away. 'Cause I can't take it back now, I've learned from my mistakes. Sometimes wish I could go back to the 28th of May.
All right, we are back with Carnelian here at CFRC. So just last thing to sort of wrap it up. What's next for you guys, and where on social media can everyone find you?
So on Instagram, we are just at Carnelian Band. What's next is, I think we've got. It's been a pretty busy semester so far. We've been playing a lot of shows, and I think we want to do more quality over quantity in the next semester. I think we want to do fewer shows, but make sure they're good shows, and be able to bring new sets and learn new songs and write new songs. Going forward, we're definitely going to be putting out music. We're definitely going to be trying to make a name for ourselves, so that next year, when we can come back together again, we can kind of hit the ground running and have somewhat of a fan base at Queen's, and bring more attention to our shows.
That being said, if you have any show inquiries, you can email carnelianbandqueens@gmail.com.
And then, just on top of that, I think we're just really looking to do some multi-headlining shows with other bands in town, and really just bringing out the best of the best for, like what Greyson said, perhaps fewer shows, but, just some really good quality music. And who knows, we'll be reaching out to a lot of venues and bars around town in the next few months. And we're keeping our possibilities open to things like Eng Formal or perhaps Ale Palooza, if that Battle of the Bands decision can settle. So, we're really looking forward for the new year. And we're also only in third year here at Queen's, so we at least have a full another year of being around Kingston, that is. And then who knows where we'll go off after that.
I'll keep it short, but just finding, just having fun with friends playing, and you always find us at Clark Hall. So anything like that, excited for next semester to see what it brings.
All right, sweet guys. So this next song is called
Lines,
and it is the debut here on CFRC Live Sessions.
Afraid, standing in the red, eyes wide on your face, it echoes in your head. Was your love left in the bottle? You cast it out to sea. The waves you send are hostile, but not the way you look at me. My heart's left in the fire, you just let it burn. I called you a lie, 'cause that's my lesson learned. Can't see through these lines, they're holding me back. All these broken emotions are giving me a heart attack. Giving me a heart attack. Side of the bed, a song from last night in my head, and the thought of you by my side. The last 10 minutes I felt alive. Think about you all the time. Do I even cross your mind? One day I'll let you know, but probably not for a while. Heart's left in the fire, you just let it burn. I called you a lie, 'cause that's my lesson learned. Can't see through these lines, they're holding me back. All these broken emotions are giving me a heart attack. Giving me a heart attack. Oh, just let it burn. I called you a lie, 'cause that's my lesson learned. I can't see through these lines, they're holding me back. All these broken emotions are giving me a heart attack. Giving me a heart attack. And now 4 weeks still remain. Was that all? Now it's over. I didn't get my chance to say. It's hard to think about how this all feels like yesterday.